Yes, there's another cash for babies going on in Switzerland. And this is the south part of the Swiss Alps, which is Italian speaking. Okay. And then there's another side that's French speaking when you see over in Europe. But Switzerland is struggling with low birth rate, just like many other countries over in Europe. They're now trying to offer premiums to parents if they have newborns or newly adopted children. And the family can't make more than 110,000 Swiss francs per year. And, they're saying things like, having babies should be a joy, not a burden. But these folks have put all types of things in place that turned people off from having families now. And that problem is even here in the United States. For instance, you don't get your full pay when you are off having your baby. Number two, they want to rush you back in 6 weeks. They need more maternity time for the father. You got to help out when his wife is going through the healing process after giving birth. And these companies have never been very supportive, nor do they have very family friendly policies in place. Anytime you got to go back to work in 6 weeks when your body is still going through a major healing process, it tells me, first of all, those policies are out of date. You should have upgraded those policies throughout the decades, and most of these places didn't. And it's all about a profit. It's profit over family. And not only here in the US, but you can see the same thing over in Europe. And many of the folks are saying, even with these policies, they don't want children. They don't earn enough money. And that's the problem. They got the salary all low, and raising a family is expensive. It's always been that imbalance going on. And it's ridiculous. You would think by now, many of these companies and countries would have caught on. Maybe what they had in place just wasn't any good, but they just seriously don't get it. So now that people are walking around and saying, the hell with it, I don't want no children. I don't want the burden. And plus, they're not giving me enough income where I can take care of a family. So I'll just forego having a family. Now it's a problem. Now we must go to the couples and say, have more babies, have more babies. We'll give you more money. Well, you should have thought about these things decades ago. And ladies and gentlemen, you can clearly tell it was not women involved in making these decisions when it came down to what companies offer employees that are family oriented or family friendly. They didn't even give a damn about that. They don't give a damn. And now, going for so long of not caring, you're now paying the price for that. So many of the people over in Switzerland was like, even if you're offering these bonuses, it still doesn't inspire me to have kids. The hell with that. And so now they're coming up with all kinds of ways. This is one example under financial flexibility. For the development of the child, it is essential for today's family to have some sort of flexibility, for instance, through part-time jobs, flexible work hours, or additional parental leave. Why didn't you offer this before? Perhaps you wouldn't have a struggling birth rate now. Even if unpaid, they want to add that parental allowance given from January 1st, 2019, that will allow families to cope with the income loss that they might potentially face during the first year of a child's life. Wow. It took them all this time to get something in place that made sense. All right, so most cantons, so they're saying most of the counties, or what they call cantons in Switzerland, say they can't even afford to pay these extra bonuses that the government wants paid. And they did try to put this in place back in 2001, and it was voted down. They were saying they don't even have the money to put out to the population like that. for paying people to have babies. Expensive kids, yeah. The cost of having children in Switzerland is hundreds of francs per child per month. Private daycare, for example, can run anywhere from 60 to 150 Swiss francs a day in sites like Bern and Zurich. To help family-related expenses, federal law requires employers to provide at least 200 Swiss francs per month for children under 16 and 250 per month for 16 to 25-year-old students and trainees, unless the children themselves are earning over 28,200 Swiss francs a year. So, there's a lot of stipulations. And, the sad part, like I said, it's not inspiring the people to have any more children. Whose fault is that? I think it's their own fault. Just like the policies are bad here in the US. Whose fault is that? Who put these policies in place? That's who you should blame. But please tell me what you think. But we also know it's genetics. It has a lot to do with genetics as well. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.